Hi and welcome to Soul Connect. If you're new here, my name is Carly and this is my channel where we connect into the journey of spiritual awakening, share tools on how to cultivate a deep-rooted relationship with the divine, and talk about all things life and love. Today I want to talk about labels, the twin flame label in particular, but also what people refer to as a soulmate and karmic relationship. These are words that seem to float around a lot, but I say all the time that if you're on a twin flame journey, you're really best to drop the label, not just the twin flame label, but all of the labels. Why? Well, because these labels come from a place of mind and ego, and that's exactly where they're going to keep you stuck. This journey is about releasing the ego and stepping into soul. It's not about the romantic connection you're probably desiring. This is not a soulmate connection. You have magnetized in your divine counterpart, your exact same soul frequency in another body, to catapult you onto the journey of spiritual awakening. Now, I know if you've just met your divine counterpart or have just entered separation and you're currently trying to figure out what the heck is happening, wishing to go back to that bubble love phase when you first came together, this may not be what you want to hear. But in saying this, I'm not discounting the connection you feel with your divine counterpart. I understand this strange sensation of feeling like you're home when you're with them. I understand all the synchronicities and signs that have suddenly appeared, your sudden heightened intuition, and that crazy physical attraction you feel. This is all very real, and it's here for a reason, but the reason isn't because you and your divine counterpart are going to get married and magically ride off into the sunset together. That's not what this journey is about. Although you may come into physical union should you be able to surrender and find union first with the divine. Now, me telling you that your twin flame or divine counterpart has come in to activate your ascension into higher consciousness, and that this isn't really about a romantic relationship, isn't going to feed your ego in the ways that it would like, which means you're probably not going to like this message. But this is the truth of the journey. And union means you need to learn to release the ego and balance your energy. So take a deep breath. Twin flame is just a word that ego has made up to describe a connection between two people. The same as soulmate, the same as karmic. That doesn't mean that what you experience with your divine counterpart is the exact same as what you may experience with a soulmate or karmic, but it is essentially still a label, something that the mind and ego can attach to. Something we can create stories about, and that is the exact problem, because this attachment is what's keeping you stuck. This journey doesn't have to be painful if you begin to understand what it's really all about and are willing to let go, to surrender to the divine. Now, that being said, let's dive into these terms a little more. But as I just said, understand that the terms karmic, soulmate, and twin flame are really just labels, and they exist only in your mind, created by ego in an attempt to solidify your human existence through attachments and understanding. This is how the ego survives, through your belief in who you are in relation to things external to you. You might say, I am a mother, I am a father, I am a daughter, I am a son, I am a teacher, a lawyer, but these are just labels for connections or things that you do. They are not who you truly are. They are simply roles that you play. You are what's underneath all of that. You are the soul. You are the divine. We, or our ego, labels situations or people in an attempt to understand what is happening in our external world. The problem is the ego derives its sense of self through separation. It sees things from a place of duality, of good or bad. And this journey is actually about moving away from duality and back into oneness, back into soul. This can't happen, however, so long as you continue to live through the mind and ego. So let's look at this from the standpoint of a karmic relationship. The word karmic, or karma, in Hindu or Buddhism, actually just means the relationship between a person's mental or physical actions and the consequences that follow. It does not mean something is bad, although this is often how the word is used. People call relationships with others that they have deemed as an undesirable experience as karmic. They may even term the person themselves as karmic, or maybe call them narcissistic or toxic. But in reality, these are just words or labels that the ego has given to an experience you have decided you don't like. Karma means you get what you give. So if you're stuck in a karmic relationship or you're working out karma with someone, they are simply acting as your mirror. They cannot be something that you are not. If you're labeling something as karmic, your mind has decided this feels hurtful, I am not getting what I want, or I don't like this, which is resistance, which is the root of all pain and suffering. Resistance is the root of all pain and suffering, which is why it feels hurtful. Now, I'm not suggesting that you stay in an abusive or unhealthy relationship. I'm simply saying that everything in your world is here to lead you home, back to soul, even the experiences and people that seem undesirable. And the sooner you realize this and step out of victimhood, the sooner that can happen. Karmic relationships are not here to cause you pain. They are here, just as your twin flame, to help you grow. They simply do it in a way that your mind and ego has decided that you don't like. Similar to a twin flame, your karmic is a reflection of you. In fact, the harder the relationship, the better of a job they're doing at attempting to move you back into sovereignty, back into soul. They simply do it from an energy that you've deemed negative or hurtful. And the more you don't listen, the more hurtful it seems. As far as a soulmate goes, well, really it's the same, except you've decided this one feels good. This person reflects all the things you like about you. They help you grow in all the ways your ego might label right or good. It's easy because it feels good, because you're not in resistance to it, based upon the story your mind and ego has made up. Soulmates can come in many forms, not just a romantic relationship, but in best friends, family members, coworkers, even pets. There are simply connections that feel like home. You share something on a spiritual level that your mind can't quite explain, and they don't bring that same level of chaos that the karmic does. Your twin flame, however, is all of these things, the karmic, the soulmate, and the divine. In fact, on a grand scale, while you and your divine counterpart share the exact same soul frequency, we all come from the same source. We really are all one. And coming back to this divine love is what your twin flame is here to help you do. You could think about it like bodies of water, from ponds to lakes to rivers, back to the ocean. We all meet back in the same place. Those that come from the same pond or lake may be soul family. You will share a deeper connection with them than you may with those coming from a different body of water. You've magnetized in your divine counterpart, or really yourself, your exact same soul frequency, to help you begin to remember this oneness, to see that this separation or duality that seems to live everywhere is really just an illusion of the mind and ego. They are here so that you can begin to see through the veil and remember what it is to live from a place of soul. Soul does not differentiate good from bad. Soul does not label and box things up. Soul does not experience duality. Only the ego does that. So we all serve as mirrors to one another, even the lady who rings in your groceries or the homeless man on the street. What we see and experience out there comes from within. Your ego then labels this good or bad. Your divine counterpart, however, is your divine mirror. They are essentially you, which is why a karmic or a soulmate may drop away as you grow and change and heal, but your divine counterpart works in unison, growing and healing alongside of you, whether you are in physical union or not. In fact, you have been doing this your whole lives, whether you've been aware of it or not. This realization may actually have been one of those weird coincidences or synchronicities that came to light when you first met each other, one of those things that you just couldn't explain, the realization that you've been living almost parallel lives. But here's the thing, you're not really on a twin flame journey. You're on a spiritual awakening, activated by your divine counterpart. The purpose of this journey is to help you and everyone as a collective step out of these attachments and labels, to step out of what we have been conditioned to believe is love and step into the divine. This journey is about finding sovereignty. Most people pursue physical relationships or external pleasures because they believe these things will make them happy or free from feelings of lack and fear. It is that mentality of when I obtain this or I'm free of that, then I'll be okay. But fear cannot live within this connection. Union is really a state of peace, a state of oneness with the divine. It is a state of freedom, freedom from fear, from suffering, from a perceived state of lack. This means there is no more wanting, needing, grasping, and clinging, not to your divine counterpart, not to anyone or anything. It is freedom from compulsive thinking and negativity, which means freedom from the past and the future. This journey isn't about finding someone to spend your life with. It's about coming back to the now moment and living in soul. Unless and until you access this frequency of presence, this relationship with the divine, all of your relationships, particularly your romantic connections, are going to remain dysfunctional. Your divine counterpart is here to help you move out of this, to realize that real love is a state of being. You can never lose it, and it cannot leave you. It is not dependent upon anything external to you. Real love is the stillness of your presence. Only once you are able to come back to this presence over and over again will your outer world begin to change. Only then will your divine counterpart show up as their highest self, because you will be showing up as yours. This connection with your twin flame or divine counterpart is really a spiritual practice. Looking at it as anything other than that, trying to give it some kind of label or understand it through a place of mind and ego, attempting to fit it into old belief systems and conditioning regarding love and togetherness, is going to keep you stuck right there in ego, in duality. But you want oneness, union, right? So begin to find it first within. Anything else is a distraction, pulling you back into wants and needs, pulling you back into mind and ego, into separation. Your physical union can only fall into place once union with the divine, with your soul, takes place. This happens by releasing these labels, these stories, and these attachments. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. If you're feeling stuck and confused upon this journey or this message, my website is also there for one-on-one soul coaching and other resources and support that will help you to begin to connect in with the divine and find this inner presence. Until next time, much love, friends.